Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is April 13th, 2018, and today is Friday. So no new schedule for today, but lots happening in the markets, a lot of rotation. Let's take a look at what's been happening. So after a nice rally that we had earlier this week in the Euro USD and throughout the week, we capitulated at 123.88 and sold off, and we're trading right now at 123.20. And we mentioned this earlier that it's a range-bound trading environment that we're in. And sure enough, we sold off sharply, okay, relative to the Euro USD from 123.88 to 123.20. And that's, relatively in the range that we've been. That's a sharp sell-off. Okay, so what hasn't happened, if we look at the GBP USD, we haven't had that sell-off. Okay, if you look at this, we're almost on our dead highs, the double top here. The question is are we making this double top, or are we going to break this out and have a nice rally to continue into next week? Now, that's what I'd be looking to trade as this continues. Now, it may falter. I wouldn't short the GBP USD. Like I said, the Euro USD was the lagging indicator. That was the one that was not, breaking out on the upside. The GBP was, and therefore I wouldn't look to short the GBP USD, even if it was the correct, even if it made money for myself, because it's not the correct trade. The GBP has been relatively strong versus a dollar vis-a-vis the euro versus the dollar. So with that said, I'd be looking for continued buying pressure here on the upside to see if it does, maybe dip down to 141.89-ish level and then look to buy it, because this has been relatively strong. Now, it may falter, it may come back to 139, but at least I know that, and I've played the safe bet, that GBP USD has been relatively strong. So if we do break out, that's really where I want to get in a little bit more aggressive on the upside. However, if we don't break out, then you could just, stay neutral and not short the GBP, but maybe short the Euro USD. Okay, so that's something to look at as that continues to trade throughout the week. Now, we've had a nice bounce in the ZAR, in the dollar versus the ZAR, to say 12.044 from 11.94. Now, this is going to be also trading in a, I think it's trading in a range, and I don't think this is going to break out on the high side, but just let's keep an eye on it. Ultimately, it's relatively in a smaller trading range, so that's something to look at. Now, looking at gold, gold had a beautiful retracement yesterday, double top. Okay, this is really, you can't write this better. Okay, we mentioned this yesterday, 1355, didn't rally on the top side, and then just faltered and continued trading downwards. Easy peasy Japanesey, as they say. Okay, this was a giveaway trade, and from 1355 to 1333-ish level, we traded from almost a $20 move, okay, in just less than a day. And that's what I love about these markets. Now, sometimes you don't anticipate the initial move, which was the move up here, but you can definitely play the fade in this situation, the sell-off here, as the markets have been trading. Okay, so, and this has mostly been factored into the Trump-China fears, challenges, Syria, etc., Russia, all these geopolitical issues that, at the end of the day, things kind of settle down, and sure enough, the market settled down as well. However, looking at oil, oil does not settle down. Okay, oil's been trading at 66.90, all-time highs for the year, broke out on our upside. This is really very, very monumental. Now, if this means that the market, the oil's going to go back to the $70, $80 range, then so that means the dollar is going to continue going down. We're going to see a few rotations in the market, especially in the Canadian dollar and some of the other currencies as well. So that might, putting it all together, that might really be the catalyst of moving this market even higher in the oil. So we're trading at 66.90. Maybe we'll have a correctional move today. Okay, people, booking their profits, maybe dip down to $66. That might happen today. So take a look at that as that continues. If it does, easy trade there on the upside. Now, looking at the Canadian dollar, we're still dead in the water here at 125, below 126. So this may continue going further down. Okay, so keep an eye on this as well as this continues to trade. Now, Dow Jones yesterday had a rally, as you can see here. We're trading at 24,455, and we look like we're Like we mentioned yesterday, we looked like we made a wedge formation. We're going to break out. We anticipated maybe a downside move, and sure enough, it wasn't. So, ultimately speaking, this is the type of opportunity that you can flip it on the upside if you see that it's not going down. And sure enough, once it broke the 14-day moving average, sure enough, we're at the top of the range. Now, I'd like to see, like I said it before, some sort of breakout. Okay, and we look at the RSI. We're not there above the 70 level. We're still not overbought. There is some cautiousness in the markets, and that's really resonating here. So keep an eye on that as well. JIC just faltering here after the initial gaps up. Okay, not really continuing its rally. So if we don't go up, we may go down. Okay, but something to look at as today unfolds. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a beautiful weekend and a successful trading day. Thank you.